Hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to Men of War Assault Squad 2. A very interesting intro as SS forces are pushing in to this city outside of Berlin. It is Berlin, or that is the name of the mod, April 1945, the mod known as Berlin 45. If you want to check it out, check down below in the description. You should be able to find it down there, some combination of Berlin, April 1945, and there you go. We've got SS forces as well, some very heavy tanks outside of town, and this is going to be a very difficult mission, probably one of the most difficult I think I've ever encountered. We have a lot of great heavy equipment, but so does the enemy, including IS-2s, and also I think that was an ISU-152 blocking the main road. Yes, indeed it is. So if you want to see more of this, make sure you go ahead and get aggressive. Click or tap that like button, get her up over 1,000 to see more mods here on the channel. We need your support. Good to have everybody here then as we initiate our attack on the enemy. We have ourselves Nebelwerfers and also some mortars and artillery and light anti-tank guns probably, as well as some flamethrowers, a huge group of SS troops. That's quite a bit. And of course the wonderful Jagdtiger. That thing is a big boy. And of course it can take some real pummeling from the front before it even takes any sort of real damage. So without further ado, let's play another German song that you all might be familiar with. The German transmission. Let's go ahead and get her started up, and let's see what happens here. Woo! Now, that's what I'm talking about. Very good. All right, we're going to roll down the road here and provide cover for our troops. There's really no danger to our soldiers until they reach the trench line here. Objectives include capturing the apple orchard here, the farm on the right side here, the village just behind those two buildings, and then, of course, the enemy camp there. The Soviets are preparing for a huge attack on Berlin, and that's where their encampment is for now. And look at all the supplies and everything that they've got out there. That is crazy, as well as the Katusha battery on the right side. Those are main objectives here that we must capture and or destroy in order to claim a victory here today for the fatherland. So without further ado, let's get our equipment online, and let's get ready into the battle. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get everything else turned on and ready to rock. Apparently the engines are already on for these vehicles, but as you can see, they're given a red X that they can't move, so we'll need to activate their engines by clicking again. And there we go, we should be able to... There you go, you can hear that engine firing up as well for the Hetzer. We'll do the same for the Ostwind and also the Panther. Very good. Okay, so now that we've got all of our vehicles started, we're going to go ahead and get our infantry ready to attack. I think if we attack the left side of this trench line, we should be good to pretty much flank in and start taking over the entire trench. If we take it from the left flank, we can cut these two trenches off and then immediately move right while firing on this encampment here and then also destroying the IS-2. We've also got ourselves a Dishka and a Ziz-30. The Dishka heavy machine gun, pretty dangerous for our infantry, so it's going to have to be up to the TD, I think, to take out most of the stuff over there. Alright, let's get off-road. And where did those infantry go? I guess we'll just grab a random slipment of troops. April 1945, of course, Berlin being surrounded and about to be attacked by the Soviets, so we're trying to cut down and create a defensive position here at this town. In fact, a lot of you may have seen that other mission that we've done for this where there's also a defensive mission. I think this is an extension of that mission as well, though it's not entirely the same map. Alright, let's get ready to attack with the troops. There we go. The Jagdtiger, of course, equipped with a 12.8 centimeter. Well, I wish it was 18 centimeter gun. This is going to be some real devastating weaponry against any sort of Soviet attack or defensive position. It's going to be murder for them. Alright, I'm going to try to grab a couple of riflemen to put them on the Nebelwerfer. And we're also going to get some guys to carry some heavy ammunition too. Yep, heavy ammunition. Alright, we're going to get a little closer with our artillery as we prepare for our attack. This is going to be a multi-part series, I can tell you already, as a lot of our objectives are going to take some time to close in on and prepare for the attack. Since we've got limited reinforcements, meaning that, you know, we can get some additional SS, but we have nothing for tanks. We need to be very, very cautious and make sure we do this right. So we're going to mortar the left position and see if we can get most of our men on the equipment and get ready to move into place. It looks like we also have ourselves Is that a MG34 or 42? Two MG42s there. And I guess we're just going to have to grab anybody and everybody. I didn't want mostly the semi-auto rifles and machine gun or submachine guns to be there. Riflemen can get on there. They're better on the equipment. There we go. Alright, fantastic. So we've got our Nebelwerfer moving into position. We'll go ahead and start a barrage from the left side. And we'll try to knock out this trench line as much as possible. Seems like the Soviets are not happy about us being here. And it looks like they moved into a flanking attack. Where they lost one of their SU. They tried to attack from the flank. There's some infantry out there too. They don't stand a chance against the Ostwind. Alright, we're still setting up for our attack. Go ahead and get some SS over to the other side of the road. Let's go, boys! Alright, meanwhile, we're going to also try to get those MG42s and such equipped. But our equipment can stay there. Alright, let's prepare to hit this position. I think what we're probably going to want to do is hit all these exposed troops first. Looks like there's a mounted machine gun there, so we'll attack that. And we'll get the rest of our mortars up here. It'll take a second for the Nebelwerfer to open fire. But we'll get all of our troops in position. In the meantime. There she goes. Beautiful hit. Excellent. Wow, and into the trench as well. Beautiful. Whoa, that is the most accurate I've ever seen a Nebelwerfer. Excellent. Alright, let's go ahead and get ready to attack elsewhere. Our troops in defense around the large tank there. The tank destroyer. And we'll get another squad up. Lots to do as we need to prepare before we attack this time. We can't just roll into battle. We have to really set up a defense for our reinforcements, as now we see the Soviets flanking us. There we go. And we'll also have to continue to bring up our artillery guns. We also have a Lee gun, which is extremely accurate and very good at destroying medium tanks and light tanks, and also infantry. Alright, tanks are standing by. Soviets know we're out here. Alright, we'll set up our artillery here. And we'll get these two to come back and grab some more ammunition. We're going to be at the mercy of supplies for the duration of this mission, and I guess it's been that way since 41. So we'll only be able to drop a few barrages before we have to go in with, I guess, just with boots. But since this is a stationary trench line that's pretty substantial, we can bombard it for a little while. The city is going to be house-to-house fighting. Boy, this is going to be quite big battle. Let's see. IS-2 there. We're just taking a note of enemy positions. Those are the two biggest threats on the field at the moment. And the Katusha battery, which might just be an objective. It might not open fire, but we may as well act as if it's about to engage. Alright, let's go ahead and put a couple of fire missions in for artillery. Seems like we do need to get a little closer. Alright, good. We got our infantry moving into place. Leave the Nebelwerfer there so that way it can... Oh! Our tank track taking a hit. Enemy Su-76 spotted. Not even worth our time to fire a shell at that. German infantry and MGs engaging the flanking Soviet force. Seems like they got the order to attack. Too little, too late. I'm not even going to fire at that Su-76. It'd be a waste of ammunition for the Egg Tiger. We'll hit it with the Hetzer instead with the 7.5 millimeter. Centimeter. Nice hit. Oh, and it's actually been disabled. Excellent. Where's our mortar firing at? Alright, let's hit the Soviet forces in front of us, boys. Let's not worry about mortaring a tank. Alright, let's give them a few rounds up there. Wait until they're completely out of ammo. Here we go. Nice hits on the Soviet positions. And we'll go ahead and hit the wall and start engaging them from our own defensive position. Meanwhile, we'll cover the flank for the tanks. Fire mission should be complete as soon as they run out of ammunition. Oh, they're actually holding quite a few shells. Oh, the mod maker gave them over hundreds of rounds of ammunition. Okay, never mind. There we go. And the attack begins. After softening them up a little bit. Wow, look at the devastation already. All right, let's hit that position back there. Now let's get the egg tiger up here. Hey, I can't drive. There we go. Wow, the Germans making short work, though taking losses, devastating that enemy position, even with just their rifle fire. Now, it is entirely possible that the IS-2 could destroy our tank, but it is unlikely. Let's get additional forces up here. Track damage, that was my biggest fear. Sort of artillery gun out there. Alright. Well, the Nebelwerfer and everything else that was firing did a fantastic job. Hold fire on the mortars now. Good work, everybody. And the Nebelwerfer, I believe, fired again. Excellent. Double track now on the tank. Or was tracked once, it seems. Looked like it was tracked again. Whoa! Steve had been a bad day. Oh, you know what? Our troops are bursting into flame. I think the Dishka gun is actually firing incendiary rounds. Losing 3 or 4 men to that. Much better than how the Soviets fared out. Where's that Dishka gun? Maybe it's on top of the tank. Our troops were lit on fire from incendiary rounds from a machine gun, I believe. Well, let's call up our SS comrades on the right flank in order to secure that. Seems like we got reinforcements authorized, so we'll go ahead and take the right flank, and we'll start to push up to the farmhouse on the right, which apparently is an objective. I think that's the farmhouse anyway. I didn't see anything else on the map that looked to be like a farm. Seems to be a logging camp over here. The Soviets cut out the trees to fire their artillery, and then everything else appears to be... Maybe this is the farm here instead, and then the camp behind that, so maybe that's the objective. Excellent. SS troops are pushing up there. They'll take that right flank. And we'll continue to push onto that trench line as soon as the tank is repaired. Alright, we're going to do a big attack here. Let's get all of our troops up and on top. Everybody grab some wall. Let's open up on them. There's the IS-2. Wanted to take that out with the tank. Seems like our boys are just bursting into flame whenever they get shot. Maybe it's because our boys are demons, that's why. 1910 machine gun there, needs to go. It's a much better position for us to be in here. And we'll go ahead and hit the trench line again before we take it. Seems that our men are getting hit by artillery as well. The problem with these large tanks is that when they get tracked, they're dead in the water for a very long time, and that's the only thing that can take out an IS-2 at the moment. What are you shooting at, goofball? There's nothing there. Oh, Men of War AI. Alright, we'll go ahead and continue to flood reinforcements into the right side. It seems like we're getting reinforcements at quite a good pace. Oh, tree on fire now, very ominous. And since we have much more supply than I thought we did, we'll continue to bombard that area. Let's prepare for other fire missions. Seems like these artillery guns will have to stick glued to a, oh god. I don't know what's causing us to burst into flame like that, but it's starting to get obnoxious now. I think there might be incendiary rounds on the IS-2's Dishka gun. Which is accounted for about 10 losses now. Alright, let's get our boys down. There's an unexpected obstacle of that. This man is bleeding. Let's get you healed up. Alright, we're just waiting for that tank's reparations to be complete. And we'll continue to call in troops on the right flank. Looks like we got a lot more friendly reinforcements than I thought we would, so maybe this won't be as difficult as I thought, though with things like the incendiary rounds and with the Jägtiger being the only thing that can break through a lot of those tanks. I'm not going to risk the Panther. The Panther can do the job. However, there's flank attacks and other vehicles around, such as the ISU-152. In fact, that bad boy might be able to be fired upon from here. Wow, the tank repair is taking forever. Actually, perhaps the tank was destroyed by being hit by another... I think actually the tank may have actually been not destroyed, but somehow more disabled than the track. The tank has apparently been decrewed by the 152. Alright, we're going to need that tank. No matter what. Oh, nice. Oh, very good. Yeah, if we can make things easier for our infantry, that's better. Alright, let's try to take this ugly out. Well, only pissed him off. Gun is not firing. Oh, it seems to have fired inside the vehicle. Wow, an explosion so big it lit this man up on fire inside the building. Incredible. Alright, Panther was able to get a shot on the 152. It probably wasn't able to fire at us because the Su-76 was in the way. And typically those guns fire at the blunt front side of the tank rather than the turret. Alright, so we may have actually done something good in distracting that ISU-152. Let's try to go for the IS-2, but it doesn't seem to be responding. It's not within range. Alright, we're going to need another makeshift tank crew. We do have an SS officer here, but I don't think he has supply. Alright, he's going to be our new tank commander. Seems like, yeah, okay, so the tank must have gotten hull destroyed. Look at all these flamethrowers we have. That's awesome for our clearing of the town. That'll come soon. Alright, a foothold on the left is complete. The only roadblock now is that, and it seems like we can finally move again. But before we even move, I'm going to make sure we have a full tank crew ready to rock. Alright, so it seems like our tank crew was wounded or killed. So let's just grab a couple of volunteers, men with previous tank experience. The SS probably did it all, so let's see. We'll grab, I think, a total of 5 men. Not you guys. There we are. Alright. Well, most of our boys appearing on the front lines now. Okay, let's go ahead. And I wonder if we can repair that vehicle. It does appear to be on fire, but it does seem to show on the map that it's still an existing structure, but I guess not. Alright, so the attack on the left side. Wow, look at that. Our Nebelwerfer has gained a huge veterancy from firing so often. Fire missions have been very successful. That position there is pretty much cleared. These are very, very light defenses now. Looking out for any sort of large caliber anti-tank gun. Anything that could ambush us, mortars, that type of thing. Another IS-2 there. That's our other big objective to destroy. Destroying that ISU-152 is a huge advantage to us. So let's go ahead and start closing in on the town. And our boys are going to advance on that right flank. Calling some more reinforcements there. And we'll bring up some more supply for our artillery guns, which we'll have to move up eventually. On the left side, it'll be perfect for us to fire artillery from here. There's a few trees, but the avenue to attack is pretty good for the town. Alright, looks like our boys are back in the tank, and we're ready to go. Virtually indestructible, but 152 millimeters is a lot for this thing to take. Hew, lol. There we go. That's how to shoot. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, this is 30 shooting at us too. Isn't that adorable? Aw. I believe that thing has a 0.00 millimeter gun. At least that'll be its penetration. Oof! Now, if you've watched this far in the video, go ahead and do me a favor and comment down below in the comments section what movie was that opening song from. You saw the SS troops marching in, and you heard them singing a very specific song. I don't think it's any historically accurate song, but it is one that was featured in a movie that was pretty cool. Definitely not accurate, and a lot of people are, how dare they even attempt to try to entertain me? But of course, it's a Hollywood movie. It certainly isn't a documentary. But it was a lot of fun. So which one do you think it is? Alright, let's go ahead and continue the advance now. Now that we have those obstacles out of the way, which I thought would be cleared earlier, but had a little delay, we can now advance. And the good thing is, since we delayed, we softened up some of those other positions and have really been able to clean out everything around us and secure the flanks. The Soviets attempting a flank attack. And there's no real cover here. We're talking about farm fields in the early spring, so we're seeing a lot of fields that have been planted. And there's just small sprouts and everything. So there's really no cover here. There's a little bit of concealment. They might not see us coming, but they'll definitely be able to shoot at us. Alright, get down, boys. Get down. Alright, we're going to go ahead and provide some covering fire for these troops. Alright, our infantry is advancing. Make sure we can return fire. There we are. Thought I put these boys on attack move. Let's give them a vehicle on the right. Ostwind would be a perfect assistance to that for infantry fighting. And we'll keep the Hetzer on the road for ambush. And we'll start closing in with the tanks. Alright, boys, finish off that trench line. And we'll have these guys from the rear flank left and hop into the trench. Take them a second or two to get there. Excellent. The attacks begin. Now that we have the breathing room that we need, really nothing can stop us, especially with this very good armor. Unless the Soviets receive some sort of unanticipated reinforcements. Man, so far so good. Really good action here so far. All right, the other major concern is the ISU 150, or sorry, the IS-244 here, 1944 model, hiding way back there. He might not be able to hit us because there's a lot of obstacles and objects in the way, so we might be able to flank that tank on the far left and just spike it with an infantry anti-tank grenade. Meanwhile, Su-85s are not really that scary to me. The Katyushas, I'm not sure about. I'm not sure if they'll actually fire or not. We'll see. All right, let's go on the attack. All right. There we are. That's the function I'm looking for. We'll have our soldiers move up to the road with support of the Ostwind. Excellent. German troops moving in on the fence line. I'm going to toss a grenade up there to get that thing out of the way. Clear the obstacles so we can make a sprint to the trench line. Oh, really? All right, let's try an anti-tank grenade. That'll work. Small grenades like that should be able to clear fences. There we are. I guess the bigger one was needed. It's one hell of a fence. The fence defense has been moved out of the way, and German troops now are capturing the trench line. Soviets are fighting fiercely for the trench line, throwing grenades back. Soviets probably launching a counterattack onto the trench, it looked like. They were all mowed down within seconds. And it doesn't look like friendly artillery is firing, so that's got to be Soviet. Yeah, vehicle tracked again. Oh, would you look at that? T-34-85 out of nowhere. Get those guys to repair again. I'm surprised that the Panther wasn't able to engage that vehicle. He seems to be parked there but not shooting. A lot of our infantry closing in on the city. Now, the worst thing about the bleeding, by the way, is it becomes babysit simulator. You have to tell the troops to heal themselves, otherwise they'll just bleed to death. So, you know how it is in a big war. If unless Hitler himself comes over and tells you to put on a Band-Aid, you'll bleed out. All right, T-34 hitting us from the side, causing a little bit of damage, but not too bad. Tracked again. Not like that tank was needed at the time. Jesus. Good thing we didn't bring up the Ostwind. That may have been hit by the T-34. Now we can continue the advance. Alright, the Panther can continue to support the defense and attack on the road. The defense of the right flank of the Yag Panther, or Yag Tiger to be precise. And we're getting our friendly infantry in gear. Fighting it out with what appears to be Soviet reinforcements. No anti-tank guns on the right flank. Lots of losses here, though, unfortunately. Big defensive position for the Soviets. And that's a great opportunity to bring in our flamethrowers. Now, the reason I didn't bring over the machine guns is because we've got a rolling machine gun here. In fact, we have a 3.7mm machine gun, otherwise known as the Ostwind. Much better for tearing up buildings, and doesn't have to really be recruited as often. Alright, the tank is ready to rock again. Just need to get a man in there, I suppose. And Babysit Simulator continues as we now need to, apparently we're the Red Cross now, handing out blood donations across the battlefield. Look at the smoke on the field, though, as you can see the countless vehicles being destroyed. Excellent. Ostwind, open up on what you need. Whoa, Katusha actually fires. Look at that. A direct hit. It's going to be much more difficult than I thought. Let's abandon that vehicle. Alright, well, good thing we found that out with a small number of troops rather than multiple squads. Alright, the Katusha battery actually does fire. Sometimes mod makers just make it an objective that doesn't respond. This time, much more dangerous than before. There seems to be a soldier around here. Where the hell is he? Oh, he's standing in the doorway of that barn. There's actually a few of them hiding out right there. Alright, we need to get that Ostwind up. Alright, we're going to push on to the center of the city. Constant bleeding garbage. Needs to be disabled or removed from this mod. It makes single-player missions almost unplayable. What it should do, rather than killing a soldier, is just bring his health to very low until he actually heals up. That should be a change. Don't have time to babysit. We're going to roll up with some artillery pieces now. and start bombarding the city. As long as the AI can navigate. That's our other enemy. Hopefully they can make it through. Alright, Nebelwerfer standing by. Let's hit the city. Wow, look at that damn street there, just crawling with communism. Go ahead and fire some rounds on that. In this case, I guess it'll be smoke rounds. I don't know who the hell loaded those. They were on top of supply the whole time, so they shouldn't have ran out of ammunition. It's alright, it'll give us some cover. Actually, that's good. There's soldiers inside that town and on the left side. Especially over there. So, okay, now we can advance from the left. Actually, good. We've covered our attack from the trench, which is constantly being bombarded by Soviet artillery. And there's a machine gun there. Where could their mortars be? They must have some sort of something there. Okay, so we've got... I think we're just going to have to clear the town with artillery. Because with the amount of losses we could possibly take by fighting house to house, it's going to be unbearable. On this right side, we lost a squad. But look at the amount of troops that were killed there just by that infantry squad in Ostwind. Wow, there's actually been a lot of enemy soldiers killed by just occupying some of these trenches. Alright, they seem to have snipers all around. Or sharpshooters of some sort. Here comes the Katusha again. The Katusha seems to be targeting the vehicle on the right flank. I wonder actually if we could push through with the Ostwind. I wonder if we could bypass the town and knock that thing out with the Hetzer. Let's roll right flank and see if we can do that. Alright, I want to take out that Katusha battery then, since it's so dangerous. So we'll go ahead and try to bypass the city on the right. Although there's probably a defensive line around there somewhere, and possible AT. However, look at that. Beautiful targets such as that sitting there. Highly flammable fuel and other targets. Let's go ahead and put our boys on open fire. If you got a target, hit it. There's a machine gun group around here somewhere. Go ahead and hit those guys. Thought I heard an engine, a Soviet engine kicking up. Maybe not. Takes quite a while to rearm that Nebelwerfer. Alright, the Hetzer's up next for the Katusha party. I think we'll wait for the Katushas to fire again, which they're more than likely to fire at that vehicle, so long as I keep it repaired. But our first objective complete. The apple orchard has been cleared out by eliminating that machine gun team. Excellent. So the farm must be where the IS-2 is on the left side. This must be the official farm. And there goes the Nebelwerfer. Excellent. Any landing inside the city is a guaranteed kill. There are so many Soviets there. Apparently it fired one round. What the hell? There we go. Excellent. Very good. It does appear that there's a machine gun down the main road. So we'll have to ensure that we hit that. I don't want to bring up all of our troops because of the Katusha, so we'll leave some of them up there for a bait for the Katusha to fire, and then once it's fired, we'll go ahead and start attacking the right side. So our goal then will be to somehow knock out these Katushas before we really get too involved in the town. We'll still have to hit it, and then maybe we can flank all these vehicles here, come up and hit this camp from the flank, and then maybe come up behind some of these troops here at the farm. Though it's not the biggest target, attacking this from the right flank would be a big opportunity. Alright, that is it for this episode, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. Check the channel out for more Men of War Assault Squad 2, and check the playlist for this one. It'll be up there for the Berlin and April 1945 mod. If you want to see more, again, hit there, tap that like button, and let me know. I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Here we go.